Hello everybody. So we are here to welcome you to yet another episode of My Story, My Dream. As we all know, My Story, My Dream is a place where we felicitate, honor and celebrate women. And when it comes to women as such, it is so very special to each one of us, such that we always respect them. On that note, My Story, My Dream dares to champion a more courageous narrative. One where always authenticity is celebrated above perfection and vulnerability is recognized as the birthplace of true strength. This platform illuminates unseen arcs of women's lives. Many of the time, we never know them. So the quiet sparks of identity and the shadows of private struggle, the transformative turning points and the profound impact that echoes far and beyond their individual achievement as a community commitment is what we are celebrating here on this show. As we all know, success is not measured by titles alone, but by the depth of personal meaning and the legacy that one leaves behind. By honoring these unfiltered stories and embracing our shared humanity, My Story, My Dream fosters a vibrant community where women uplift one another and the generations are empowered to dream boldly. Through wisdom of these diverse voices, whether they are entrepreneurs, they are artists, they are leaders, or anything, the show offers both validation and practical inspiration, reminding us of all the greatness is not forged in spite of their struggles, but because of them. The true individual, the true inspiration. My Story, My Dream is not merely a doctrine. It's a movement. It's a movement to redefine success, nurture resilience, and ensure that every woman's journey, in all its honesty, it becomes a beacon for those who follow them. So on that note, today we are joined with one more distinguished guest, Dr. Renuka Thakore. I know when it comes to the word sustainability, there is no one in the world who will not know this name. Dr. Renuka Thakore. Ma'am is definitely an Indian, but settled in UK, who has been a beacon of sustainability education, sustainability awareness, and whatnot. When it comes to the 17 SDG goals, who we can relate to is only Global Sustainable Futures. That's the company that ma'am is running through. And to know little about Dr. Renuka, ma'am is definitely involved in Farmers Initiative, and she is entrepreneurial thinker of 2024, a carbon and ESG expert, and ma'am has won SDG Women Award as well as strategic advisor of GSFN and the owner or the proprietor or the pillar or whatever you can say there, epitome of GSFN, Global Sustainable Futures. Ma'am has been empowering communities as a sustainability leader. So to mention more about ma'am, little more about ma'am, because definitely ma'am deserves that. Ma'am is PhD and MSc Botany Biology in related to, and ma'am is the founder of Global Sustainable Futures, and which works with the rationale of Progress Through Partnership Network UK, providing leadership to all the global network, administering multidisciplinary activities and research partnerships development program or the platform. As Dr. Renuka has received the Development Leadership Award from the Governor of Christo Award for 2022 and Global SDG Women Ambassador Award 2022. Ma'am is also recognized for her work as a global leader who has engaged and connected with academics, businesses, and resilience, and just nothing but transition. Wherever ma'am enters with our vibrant strategy, there is always a transformation which comes through. So on that note, let's put our hands together to welcome Dr. Renuka Thakore. Good evening, ma'am. It's such an honor and privilege to have you amidst us today. So, before we start, would you like to introduce about yourself and also GSFN?
Thank you so much. I don't think I would be able to explain more because you have already mentioned too many things and a very generous introduction. Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be here and sharing my thoughts and also to share further with the audience who will be listening now and be afterwards. So thank you very much for this time that I have been given here. I would like to start with something that has always kept me moving, that being a woman is not an obstacle. It is a privilege to have children, family, and also now as the career is on the high, importance of where women should contribute, economy should be contributed by women. So there's a huge opportunity where women can put their, credentials, act as an ambassador for things that can matter to them and the society. Secondly, I would also say that age is no matter.
Yes.
I re-entered my education at the age of 42. I got my PhD at the age of 56, and nothing stopped me. Actually, when I went for these challenges, everyone supported me. So it is only the matter of commitment, hard work, you will be able to do that. And lastly, no matter in your country, wherever you are, I have seen, though it is, of course, there are many challenges where you are located and how you are at your birthplace and other things. But I still see that in every location, every situation, women have grown and the leaders have been grown, and I have seen everywhere there are leaders. Then why can't you be? So I will stop with that introduction and we'll go into further discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So we have seen how you have grown yourself far and beyond. I know you're from India, and definitely, like in other world, in other country, establishing yourself is such a big task, and I can really understand and relate to the hurdles and the struggles that you have really undergone through. So taking the early spark where it really begins, I'm very curious to know exactly where was that beginning. What we see today in front of us, the epitome of success, Dr. Renuka Thakore. Is this the first and final version of your dream? Or was it anything that you have carried far and beyond from the childhood? Which catalyst to see this version of yourself at an early stage? Maybe your upbringing or any early environment, or otherwise any person who had identified this you before you identified yourself.
Thank you so much. All the aspects that you mentioned are very important to have in life. I am highly fortunate for having these all and supporting my development. I was born in a very progressive family. At the age of 11, I was introduced to engineering through my father's development. I visited my factory, which my father was small-scale industrialist, and he had won awards for that at a national level and international level. He was also internationally trained engineer and one of the most pioneer person where he spoke about technology and how technology can, serve the community, especially by inventing flame-proof, weatherproof equipments for oil and gas industry. Since then, I have been engineering. I would say I have been, surrounded by engineers. My brothers were engineers. Even my husband is engineer and he's structural engineer. And my daughters also grew to become aerospace engineers. Both are aerospace engineers. So having an engineering mindset, I would definitely say we are hardworking. We know systems thinking. We know where parts matter and what parts matter. And that is what I brought into my life from the childhood. I know that at the age of 10, I helped my neighbor friend who wanted to do her assignment in English. I was in English medium and she was in Gujarati medium, which is a local language, and I helped her. When I was 16, I helped my brothers and many other friends to make their assignments and other things, which I was always good at, and they were struggling.
Oh.
So the helpful nature always helped me that I should be an asset to someone who lacks something or who is struggling with something. And following that, I was also fortunate to have plenty of, pleasures. Like I never had to worry about my own living and so on because of my husband, and we had a good income. And that made me think that, okay, when I have a chance, I need to give back to the community, solve the problems. And when I became a PhD student, everything went well, not so ambitious, mindset. However, when I completed my PhD, and through that also, through my student life, I found that I was helping, or I was a part of charity and other things, where I found that, okay, there is a way of contributing to society in one or the other way. Mainly I did, like I was a grassroots level to visit households, to advise them on waste management, how you can manage your waste on house. Because at that time, very recently in UK, curbside recycling schemes were introduced, and I was one of them.
Which year was that?
It was in 2006.
Okay.
So since then, I've been in environment and charity work. I also served for Princess Alice Hospice as a relief manager, going to 24 retail shops where reused items are sold, and I created a recycling zone in every shops, diverting 90% of solid waste to recycling. So these all, and I also took that as my dissertation topic. Since then, I have also made my own policies that I never buy virgin clothes. I only wear reused clothes. I have never printed a paper. I have a zero paper desk. And many other things like traveling and other, I try to make a wise, choices. Whenever I have to fly, I pay my CO2 emissions. So these are few changes I've made on my life. Having that, when I came past my PhD, I was early career researcher, and even after having such many resources on my hand, I was struggling to find how I can engage with the international audience, international researchers. How can I, bring my research to practice? And even, PhD papers are written, but we never visualize our product because they are on paper. Yeah. And my PhD product was stakeholder engagement for sustainability, leadership, and governance. And I wanted that to get into the real life, like how this model will work. And therefore, I started a network to invite all the stakeholders of society to be part of this network. And it was highly appreciated by people and also accepted. And COVID played a very big role. It was positive for me because people had no way to go out and they wanted to connect online with people. And I have been always an online person, and I started this I started this network with Brazil. When I visited Brazil just before COVID, I visited Brazil, and we were 400 researchers in that workshop. And everyone was concerned that how we will keep ourselves connected. And I championed for WhatsApp group that time. And that became a movement then. And after just 2 months, I got an invitation from Future Earth saying that we want to mentor 120 African researchers, early career researchers. And again, after 2-3 episodes with them, there was a question how we keep connected. And I said, you can join my network. And that is how it grew. And I officially launched the network on October 30, 2019, and formally in January 2020. So it's now nearly more than 6 years, 5 years, and we are going. Initially, 2-3 years, I did only knowledge exchange, bringing people in and having monthly meeting, bi-monthly meeting, and so on, and it went well. And then following that, I was invited to speak also, like representing our GSFN at many other high-level meetings like COP and other things. So it grew, and then in 2024, from January, whole year, I did Global South Summits because I wanted to bridge the gap between what real policies are there for people and what people are doing on the ground. There is a very wide gap there. Government, national policies and national policies like NDC and SDG. NDC is National Determined Contributions. That is, the national authorities have to contribute to that. They have some targets and they have to commit to that and contribute to that. So they are called National Determined Contributions. And SDGs are Sustainable Development Goals, which are 17 goals. And that I call them magic goals because they are made by people, for people, and of people. So you have to understand. But how many people have got this understanding? Many little, very little. Because people are on their own and they are doing well. I don't say that they are not doing, but we hardly get it officially recognized that this activity is contributing to NDC, and NDC or the national authority also hardly have some knowledge about what's happening on the ground. If it is legitimized through data and national policies, I mean, if there is a legitimate infrastructure, they know. But if not, they lose that. So there is again a wastage of our real work as well. So I think these Global South Summit at least gave people understanding what's happening at the national level and what people are doing at global level. And we did Global South Summits in Pakistan, Nigeria, Kenya, Zambia, and I think Nepal and many other countries. And we ended up with Cameroon in January 2024. And throughout that, I got plenty of understanding. I was really, fortunate to have all these speakers. There were more than 1,000 or 2,000 speakers. Actually, in Pakistan, our summit went more than 7 days. So I was surprised with the enthusiasm people are having to contribute to the world. But they don't have legal approach. I mean, they don't have the avenue to do it. And that's why I stopped talking and started walking. Meaning I wanted to implement the projects in real world. And they are definitely challenging. But still, I am progressing. I have 20 million farmers initiative in Africa. I announced that in March. We are progressing to it. And yes, this month I announced a 1 million avocado project in Uganda. Next month I will announce 600 seedling project in Nigeria. And that is how we will go forward. And we are bringing all the stakeholders together. Still, of course, there are many challenges. We don't have, like a blueprint, because I don't think we are going to create a blueprint, but we are going to create local solutions depending on what people want and how people want to shape their world. Lastly, I would say that you mentioned about what is my dream. This is just not even first step to my dream. My dream is that I would like each and everyone on the world to make an informed decision on their own sustainable development. That is, could be within the context of individual, institution, community, and the society and the world. I think we need to go there.
Yeah.
At that point, I think I would be satisfied that we have contributed. Of course, I'm not going to be able to do it alone. We want many, many hands. Today we have 10,000 coordinators for GSFN directly working with GSFN, but each one is like you, who is bringing hundreds and thousands of people together. And I am very pleased that I can say that I can reach to 2 million people through my email, and I can serve, or I am known to at least 200 million community people. So that is where I want, and I have to go. Thank you.
Really amazing, ma'am. Really, really amazing. That's brilliant. Can we proceed further?
Sure.
No, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And as you rightly said, definitely, dream connects us to the destiny. And many a time, destiny is nothing but a wonderful tapestry. in which every thread is guided by unspeakable tender hand, definitely the destiny and the faith that we have. And it is placed beside the thread, one after the other, and carried by 100 others, where we leave a legacy for ourselves. So that's what man has done actually. Though you started GSFN as one organization, and I think I can really imagine growing about 1 million avocados in Africa, in Nigeria, and really how it's going to be, and how those people will be thanking you from the bottom of the heart. Really, it's not simple. It's just not simple that what we are talking today. And amazing. Hats off to you, ma'am. Definitely.
Thank you.
And moving ahead, ma'am, which has really taken me to the next question, if you would allow me.
Sure.
Thank you. I can understand that from the early life, it has really, you have really sculptured your life such that with all the people around you, and started working with them, be it at home, be it working with your siblings, be it working with your husband, be it working with your daughters. From the home, you have connected to the community, and in the community also, with whatever skills they have, with whatever resources they have, that you have started working with them, and you are working with them with their resources, not asking for something from the home. That's really commendable indeed. And during this journey, what are the challenges that you faced? Though I think it's going to be a question which is most impracticable question to say that, because I know for the task that you do, challenges are the first thing that you face, and it's going to be humongous. But still, some of the challenges that you had really, you can share with us today.
Absolutely, there are a lot of challenges, and every day, I feel that I should stop this, not move forward. And at every minute when I think like that, the second moment someone comes up and says, "Oh, is there something like this?" Or it sparks the hope then. And I have to just say, no, I've been thinking wrong, and I still need to do it. And so main challenge is skill.
Yeah.
Second is education, how educated you are. And to keep myself educated, I have decided that I should be learning every day 1 hour. So commit yourself to learn something that you don't know or that is challenging to you. Say, for example, digitalization. Sometimes we don't know how to, create a website, probably. Just an example. Learn it. Why? Why can't you learn? So when I'm talking about challenges, I think they are opportunities. Whenever you feel challenge, like I have been always challenged, even yesterday, I had a challenge of how should I write a response to a very high level PhD. I'm just now I'm now out of the academic. Until last year, I was an academic. I was working as a tutor, lecturer, and so on. But now I have moved out of academic since October 2025, and I'm only focusing on my GSFN. So I have plenty of challenges, like how can I create a web page, or how can I write an article, or how can I, even talk to people professionally. Or I'm not at all a financial person because I've never been, challenged to bring money home, right? So I don't know how to create, like a financial statement or financial investment pitch. And whenever it comes to that, I would say, no, I don't want to do it because I don't know, and it is such a challenging task for me. So I have started learning that. What is economics, which I've never thought about. And what is microeconomics? My husband was politician for many years, and I never heard his statement or never got interested because I thought that politics never touch our life. But now I realize that each and every activity, what we buy, what we eat, all have political influence. And we need to learn why political leaders promise and make a U-turn, and why they have these policies, still they are not able to achieve the targets. Or businesses, why businesses are having these targets of, like, say for example, carbon emission, or understanding climate change, or even satisfying their customers, and why they are not achieving it. I think we need to know many things depending on your context, your work, and what you are doing and what you want to achieve. Then start learning it. Do not think that there is a limitation and you cannot first. So first challenge is skill and education that you need to overcome first. Second, the challenge is of resources in especially money, resources in accessing infrastructure. Even if you have money, but for example, you are in money, but you are in a remote place where you cannot access internet, so forget, you are out of the play. So I think the challenges are there. The only thing I would say, recognize those challenges, accept them, and be bold to address them. That's it. Thank you.
That's really great. That's very true, man. Because the greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it, you know? And as you rightly said, smooth seas doesn't make skillful sailors. As we are rowing, as the wave comes, the adversity cost really makes us tough to overcome those obstacles. And out of all difficulties, always grow miracles, as you rightly said. Opportunities. Every hidden challenge has a hidden opportunity there. So very true. Thank you, ma'am. That was truly enlightening, rather. And if I'm going to ask you in simple words, what was that very defining moment of your life, which really made you to go out to the global arena and say that this is what I'm going to do?
Thank you so much. As I said, I was struggling as a PhD student after graduation and all that. I was struggling. I mean, I had a job, but I did not want to do just a simple job. And I had dreams of, like, okay, I want to go and talk to people. I want to show what I have done, and I want to realize what my model can do in real world and so on. And I became, like, I can say that I became, and I established even my network where I was doing, just as I said, knowledge exchange, and which was, I said I did caring because I care for nature or for people. I did sharing, which is sharing of knowledge and all that. So caring, sharing, but there was no daring. Daring to go out to the world and tell, I want to be commercialization of this my network. You know why? Because every time when I spoke to my audience, they only asked me a question, where to bring the work from, where we can be, having some sort of advantage by connecting to you.
Oh.
Sharing knowledge or just caring does not fill your livelihood, does not give you livelihood. You need job, you need employment, you need business, you need to progress. I had never thought about all these things because I was just in a very comfortable environment in my life and never thought that I should be earning something for myself or my family or anything, because I was always given. And that made me, and I think my husband said that you should go for commercialization. And the daring then, it's still not there, but we need to bring that daring. And I think for everyone, there is a commitment. They care for what they want to do. They have passion. They have to dare to do it.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, most important.
Having achieved so much, ma'am, what does actually success means to you today? How do you personally define success?
I think there is success. Well, people know me and that is a good success, but I think it's still not there, because unless you are not making a difference to someone's life, and I said I want to make a difference to majority of people, the huge number that I want to target, we are not yet there. And if we look at every step, yes, I have done a successful application, I have done successful talking and all that. Yeah, those small things pile up. Build your basket. And always keep it little empty. So there is always an urge to go forward
Forward.
and bring success for you.
True, true.
Do not be satisfied and proud. I mean, you should be proud, but not so proud that
About to
it
ask.
stops you going forward.
I was about to ask that. What was the proudest moment for you in life? Anything that you've come for, the proudest moment of your life?
Yeah, I think there are two proudest moments I feel. One is when my daughter got Woman of Engineering Award in 2009, and she was celebrated highly because I feel that I and my husband have supported her well, or maybe nurtured her well, that she got this distinction. Of course, she is very hardworking, and she has done like 99% of her job. But I think because 1% of good work we did, she was able to achieve that. And second, I think it is now my second daughter. She is also very highly, qualified, highly achieved lady. She has herself, established woman in aerospace in Germany, and she has established She Builds Space. But again, with her being pregnant for 7 months, and I think that is the proudest moment, because she has worked her life in her way, what she wanted to do and what she wanted to achieve. And again, I would say our caring, like as a parents, we have not only raised, well-established children, but we have raised very well responsible children, and that is what makes people proud. You should be responsible to the society, yourself, your family, and all that. And when we make someone responsible, I think that is far better than anything.
Really, truly very inspiring. A stronger woman is a woman determined to do something that others might not be determined to be done. So that's what we could see, that when you have raised your two daughters more like you, that as I can see, I can really relate that stronger women do not have attitudes, but they have standards. So if anybody is going to be really, be with you, they know exactly this is what Madam Renuka, Dr. Renuka is about. And you know your worth, and when you know your worth, you will embrace power from that, saying that you're always beautiful. And also those who are associated with you will only be beautiful. And that's what your daughters are.
And let me tell you one thing. You initially mentioned in your opening that you learn from each other, you support each other. And I think that is what, for me, especially as a personal level, my daughters got educated and graduated before me, so I've learned from them. But also with my interaction with, say, for yourself, or for any woman in GSFN, or for any person in GSFN, has been personal. And I have been learning from them as well each time when I speak. So it is about supporting each other, knowing each other, and keeping that momentum, keeping that respect for each other. I think that is of very high value as a personal value for me.
Yes, doctor, we are able to totally relate with you, whatever you're saying. Exactly. Behind every great woman, there is always another woman, another great woman. So that we look at each other and we inspire each other, and then we grow together. So very true, very true. And it just sparked one question in my mind right now. Is there anything that people don't see behind your success? Or if at all, people who have walked through with you through these years, what difference do they find in you? From beginning to...
My life is not at all a secret. And, my husband follows me as my shadow everywhere. So, and my daughters are hidden shadows. And I think I initially mentioned that I am very fortunate to have my family support. Every time, no one, I mean, that's what I say. It's very hard to be that fortunate in life, where everyone sees you and accept you as you are. and also follow you, maybe. So I think nothing is secret, nothing is different than what I am here.
Well, I agree with you. Some leaders are born women. Not women are born leaders, but some leaders are born women. That's what I could see in you. And always, a very genuine, well-disciplined woman always makes history. That's what your legacy is talking about.
Thank you.
And if at all you would like to share a piece of advice to the inner self of yourself, I mean, from the starting point of your life, what you were from your early childhood. So, keeping or considering your own life as an example, as a story. So,
I think three advices there. Like, of course, as I always mentioned, take challenges, dare to address them, and so on. Yes, that is definitely there. But also seek help if you need.
yeah,
There are plenty of help. And now AI, with AI, you can definitely get help. You have to use AI sensibly. I have been a tutor for AI, and I know what prompts you have to use. So use specific prompts. Just the prompts should be what you want to ask, and there would be actual answer. So that is one thing. Get help from friends, families. Share your dreams, but also keep a learning mindset and accept the facts.
yeah.
You have to accept the facts that this is what you know, and you need to get on with this and build on it. I think that is the way to move forward and be in a network with others.
Yeah. Very important. Being collaboration, developing collaboration is very important. Yeah, I do think. So moving from the personal view, now with the community view on the whole, because you're more with the community, and that's what is that whole thing. So with the community view, what advice would you like to give it to the younger generations?
Well, for community, I think we are fortunate when we are in a community. Local people know the knowledge, they have been dealing with the problems, they know the problems also, and they know the solutions. But there is no collectiveness in a community. So remember, you should be collective, you should decrease your personal selfishness there, and you have to bring people together. And for a leader to bring a people together, you have to be very broad-minded, very tolerant, and very positive. And of course, when I look at the community, like I have been dwelling into community like fishermen, vulnerable people, like, those who have land but they can't do anything. And there are other communities like, of course, women community where violence is high, from the domestic violence is high. But still remain committed, remain patient, remain, learning, keep yourself with skills, and seek help wherever needed, wherever approachable. And at the same time, I would like to give an advice to the policymakers, because community relies on policies, and the environment that is created in community is always from the top down of the policymakers or the decision makers, which are politicians or authorities and so on. And they should try to create an infrastructure where community is safe, community feels that they have a voice, and they are free to do what they want to do. I can stop there.
Yeah, very true. That's very true, ma'am. Exactly. Like one single tree, one single palm cannot make the whole forest. For working in community, we need to work with people. We need to have empathy. We need to understand and relate the situation from their shoes, so that we get to understand the situation better and work on more practical, pragmatic solutions. I do agree with you on that. Having talked about a couple of things that you mentioned now, like the domestic violence and the people being deprived of the normal means of life, that raised one big question in my mind now. Having very patiently answered to all these questions, I'm so very impressed. So I thought I will gift you the magic wand. if I'm going to gift you a magic wand, and if you're allowed to change one particular thing using the magic wand, what would that be?
Well, magic wand,
To change only one thing.
only one thing is stop blaming others.
All right, okay. That's true. That's really true. And always, when they work, there is always a restriction. That's not my job. That's not my JD. I'm not supposed to do that. So funny things like that. And whatever thing gets mixed up, it's so easy to say, that person did it. I'm always perfect. Very true. That's really true. Very true. Yes, moving ahead, ma'am. Thanks for your patience. You have really incited us with a lot of knowledge, a lot of your experience and expertise in a professional background also. So all these have really helped us to learn quite a bit today. So moving on to from the serious note to the lighter side of the day. This is going to be a rapid fire. There are only 5 questions, not many.
Okay.
But there is a glitch there that you have to answer only one word. Maybe
Okay.
if you want to give a reason for it, you can add one sentence there.
Okay.
So your rapid fire starts now. One word that defines Dr. Renuka.
Oh, that's difficult. Okay. I would say accommodate.
Accommodated. Oh, very good. Oh God, that's a blessing, I will tell you. That's really a blessing. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, what has been the drive of your success? The fear or the faith?
Fear or what?
Faith.
Faith.
Trust. Faith.
What do you mean by faith? Is it
In the sense when there is, definitely, as you rightly said, every single opportunity, every single challenge has been your opportunity. So,
Okay.
on that note, what was the drive? The fear of completion of that particular task was the drive that pushed you forward, or the faith of completing the task was pushed you forward? What was the drive?
Okay, I think faith.
Faith. That's good. That's what I was expecting. So, if at all, I'm going to just ask you, for me to understand, are you a dreamer or a very reality person? In the sense, some
Both.
people dream,
Both.
and then they turn dreams into reality.
Both.
And other people are both. Okay. Okay.
I think we need to have a dream,
Yeah.
and then address the reality.
True.
Yeah.
Makes sense. First, you have your dream. You have.
Actually, I was a reality person until now.
Yeah.
I only started dreaming after I got all this collective support from people.
Yeah. Exactly. So your dreams turn into your vision, and then you strategize with your vision, and then you reach your objective. Very true. Well, with all your years of experience, and definitely, we are so happy to have you. There will be one thing which is so very special that we would like to share with us. Maybe a simple habit of yours, one simple habit of yours that has really contributed or catalyzed in your life.
I think what we need. Well, one thing is very difficult. However, I can say presence. Presence is very, very important.
Exactly.
You need to understand your presence, where you are, how you want to be, everything that comes from presence. So be present or achieve presence in your life. I think that is one word I would say.
True. I can add on there, exactly. My mom used to say that in a different way. You have to work hard until when you enter a room, you don't need an introduction. People know you beforehand. That's true. Your presence speaks your value. It's adds on to the value. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And before we complete, we have come to the end of the session. We're going to conclude it with one last question.
Okay.
became your story, became your strength? When? When did your story became your strength?
I think the moment when you don't find any avenue, so when you are having the biggest challenge, I think that's the moment you become more strong to address it. So every challenge is my strength. I think that's always I find. Uh, many years ago in my childhood, uh, I had a I was in a biology laboratory, and we have to do dissection. At that time, we used to do frog dissection.
Oh.
And I was so much involved in that dissection that I didn't realize that my time had passed, my exam time has passed. And they said, "Oh, you now don't qualify." I said, "I've done so much work." And I said, "No, because you did it like over the time. You have done very well, very good, but because the time has passed." And I laughed at that. So any challenge, you have to accept it, laugh, and then overcome it. Don't get depressed by the challenges. That is what I say, that's my strength. Laugh at your failures, then you will be able to overcome them.
True. 100%. Because success is always short-lived. Success is that celebration. When you go over to the, like for any hill station, where they clap hands, they give you memento, and they, felicitate you. That's so very short-lived. It's gone. But failures are the one that really, it doesn't leave you there. And you start go back and thinking about it time and again, where did it go wrong? What could have been done better? 100%, definitely. Like it really be there. Failures are the stepping stones for success. Definitely. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
For having you, talking to you.
Bye.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Bye. So, my story, my dream is just not a talk show. It is a moment to redefine success, nurture resilience, and ensure that every woman's journey, in all its honesty, becomes a beacon for those who follow. On that note, we will see you soon with yet another one more distinguished guest. Thank you.